What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark from MacTheMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and today we're going to do my favorite films of 2025. I'm not telling you how many are on this list because it is longer, and we're going up the list. So basically, I saw like 540 titles in 2025. It's a lot. I ended up, these are like my non-negotiables. It's not like 100 titles, but I got tired of cutting. And I did actually, for the first time ever, incorporate a couple documentaries that I really loved into the list. So it's a little longer than usual. We'll see if we can blaze through them. I would love to tell you, how many times I've seen it. Does it have audio description? I want to kind of give brief statements and not waste your time. So I have a whole bunch of other lists if you want to check out any of the acting categories or director or screenplay, documentary feature, scores, underrated features. I have all those lists. And the worst, which is for some reason the one video that everyone has watched. Everybody wants to know what's bad. We can't celebrate what's good. Hopefully people watch this. Anyway, first up on my list is Grand Theft Hamlet. This is a movie release. It doesn't have audio description. It's the documentary. The reason I loved it is because I used to play Grand Theft Auto Online before I lost my vision, so I'm very familiar with the game, and this was a throwback for me, and I absolutely would have done this Hamlet production if I could have but the game doesn't have any accessibility at all. But I would have, during the pandemic, would have turned on my Xbox, hopped on, auditioned, and been in Hamlet. This is just should be like required for gamers. I can't imagine they wouldn't love this. Even people who don't watch documentaries, it's fun. It's like, what did you do during the pandemic? Next up, Ballerina. This is one that I was like one of the last ones that I cut and then put it back on because I just didn't want to cut anymore. Yeah, I like this, and it bears mentioning. I like all the John Wick films, to be honest, and this is an extension of that. I thought the action sequences were extraordinary. I'm a big fan of actors like Norman Reedus. I wish Catalina Santino Moreno had been in the film more, but I thought Ana de Armas did an excellent job, and I would watch a Ballerina too. Next up, Thunderbolts. Felt weird to not have a Marvel movie on here because I love Marvel movies, and this was the best Marvel movie I saw this year. It's from the guy who brought us Beef. It's got a great cast that relies on a lot of chemistry and just on-screen presence that certain actors have. Florence Pugh, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Sebastian Stan, all sort of standouts here. I thought they did lovely work, and yeah, this is my favorite Marvel movie of the year, and I love Marvel too much to just not have a Marvel movie, so this was the highest Marvel film on the list. Next up is Bring Her Back. I gave this the number one spot on my horror film list, which is a list I also did this year. And yeah, I felt weird to not have it here. I never want to see it again, but I've seen this once. It has audio description, and it is the most horrifying thing that I've seen, even though that I would have films on here that are technically, quote, horror movies that are better than this in terms of, and I love them more. This is, if you want straight to be horrified, then this is it. This was unsettling, so kudos to the Filippo brothers for doing it again. Superman. Yeah. I hear the criticisms. I've seen this twice with audio description. The thing is, I am a James Gunn fan, so it doesn't really work on me. Uh, it's lower on my list, right? It's not my favorite James Gunn movie, but the James Gunny thing. For people who like Zack Snyder, they're defensive of his films because they like his Zack Snyderisms. For me, I prefer Dawn of the Dead as being his best film. I like some of his other films. I'm not going to say they're all bad, but for me, he did 300 and it was such a big hit that everybody pointed to that and they were like, oh, can you keep doing that? And all of the stylistic choices that he made in 300, which he didn't make in Dawn of the Dead, were the choices that he kept repeating. Even like the color grading, right? Like everything, he just sort of became incredibly predictable. And I don't think it always worked. And I think for James Gunn, it's going to hit a brick road for him at some point. But as long as he continues to shape characters in ways where you're not supposed to take them that seriously, and he's not trying to overplay his gravitas, which is what I think Superman does. It's playful, it's light, it's whatever. It's not trying to change the world, even though it probably could. Next up, Christie. Couldn't leave this off the list considering I put three of the actors on my top lists for actress, supporting actress. Stunning performances. I've seen this once. It does have audio description. Next up, Rental Family. It's the most Brendan Fraser-y thing Brendan has ever Frasered into our Brendan-y lives before. He is like adorable. He's a big gentle giant in this, and it's a sweet movie. And I just really don't know what else to say about this. This is like a warm hug. This and like Roofman were like the films, the feel good movies of the Oscars, and nobody has known what to do with that. So they're just like, I don't, what do we do with this? I feel like we should give it something, but I'm not really sure what. And I kind of felt that too, but it definitely wasn't going to be left off my list. Has audio description, you should check it out. Unicorns. It's a LGBTQ film. It does not have audio description. It's from the Brits. It surprised me because at the beginning of the film I was not feeling it, and then once I picked up on the story, I was like, oh yeah, this is great. And then it has like a third act twist that really sort of brought it home for me and emotionally had the payoff. And now I know Ben Hardy can act. Moving up the list. Naked Gun, probably laugh for laugh, my favorite comedy of the year. I've seen this once. I want to see it again. Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson were excellent in this, and Liam Neeson needs to be kidnapped and only forced to be made Naked Gun movies because he cannot choose a film based on the script to save his life. His movies are terrible, let's be honest. But this was brilliant casting, and huge hit. Love this a lot, and hopefully we get more Naked Guns with Liam Neeson. Next up, Is This Thing On? Bradley Cooper's film, which did not get enough attention either. It's actually sort of feels like a unique divorce film of some kind, and I did really enjoy it. Will Arnett and Laura Dern are fantastic in the film. I'm just going to use word fantastic a lot because I'm moving through quickly here. Uh, and both of them like were like one of the final cuts to my actor and actress lists. Yeah, it feels like a film that you've seen before, but Bradley Cooper has a slightly more modern take on it, and the performances are stand out enough that it was a wonderful experience to sit through. Next up on the list, Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy. I adore this movie. I don't like Bridget Jones 2 and 3 that much, and so I wasn't like actually looking forward to 4. So the fact that this is on the list, you need to understand how big of a deal this is for me. This is me putting my neck out because I realize it's Bridget Jones 4, and I fully own the fact that 2 and 3 are not. I walked into Bridget Jones 4 going, oh my God, fuck. You know, just like thinking, Jesus Christ. And it was a Peacock original. I was like, oh, thank you so much. And it was really good. It's freakishly good for a film that died in February of 2025 on Peacock. Renee brings a lot of maturity that she has yet to bring to the role, and it has a lot of honesty and emotional weight to it. I was actually moved by it in several scenes. I really love the I'd Do Anything sequence at the end. Yes, it's emotionally manipulative, but it works. So next up, The Coral. This just released theatrically for everyone. I saw it a long time ago, with like 2 months ago, with a screener from Sony Pictures Classics. I enjoyed this. I know it dropped at a festival and people were like, eh. It's a World War II movie. It feels very much like of the vein of films that we used to have, like Calendar Girls, Miss Henderson Presents. Has a little bit of an LGBTQ angle to it, but it's mostly just about this little town and how dramatically they've been affected because they keep sending their young men off to war. And they also want to keep doing this little like opera society thing that they have. So it's all of these women and old men. And Ray Fiennes comes in to conduct. and tries to do the best with what he can. And I liked it. I think this is more of a like a feel good movie with a little bit of a dramatic weight punch pull to it. It has audio description, so check it out. In Your Dreams, one of the better animated films of the year. I actually prefer this to K-pop Demon Hunters, which I've seen twice. I actually saw K-pop Demon Hunters again to verify the fact that I do like In Your Dreams a little bit more than K-pop Demon Hunters. I thought this was just emotionally just sweet and creative and fun and just a lovely, interesting ride. It's not quite getting the love. There are a couple of other indie titles I could have put on the list. Like if I had stopped cutting titles earlier, like Arco and Little Amelie or The Character of Rain. Both lovely titles. But I will remember In Your Dreams more for longer because it has audio description and I'm more likely to watch this again. So I let it make the cut. In Your Dreams. I don't have a lot of animated features on here this year, which is very weird for me. It's a weak year for animation. Next up, Wicked for Good. Yeah, it's on the list somewhere. It's not nearly as high. Wicked was a top five movie for me. I'll give you a hint. There are more than five films above Wicked for Good. This has audio description, and Ariana Grande is lovely in it. That's the best thing that I'll say. And actually, I thought Jeff Goldblum was better in the second film than he was in the first. So, yeah, moving up the list. Hedda, love this. Nia DaCosta, I think is people are coming around to her because I see a lot of people reacting positively to Bone Temple. I haven't seen every reaction to Bone Temple, but I've seen the ones that I have seen have been positive. Um, and Tessa Thompson's extraordinary in it. Nina Haas, also extraordinary. One day she'll get her flowers. And to take a story that's been done to death 1,000 times and find a way to reinvent it, I thought was interesting, creative, and I enjoy Hedda. It's on Amazon, has audio description. I've seen it twice. Sovereign. Nick Offerman and Jacob Tremblay give fantastic performances in this film that I mentioned to some people, and they did not even know this film existed. That's sad, and I'm keeping Sovereign on my list so that people will watch it. It's Nick Offerman is I don't think he's ever been better, at least in dramatic work. Jacob Tremblay continues to prove that we should have given him an Oscar nomination for Room because he's really turning out to be one of those actors whose career is solid. He didn't fade away. He's not like the kid from Kramer v. Kramer who just pieced out, never be heard of again. Um, but yeah, if you haven't seen Sovereign, check it out. It has audio description. I've seen it twice. Next up, The Assessment. I for just it's a bonkers film. It kind of has a cool premise to it. I thought the whole cast did a lovely job, but Alicia Vikander in here is like going for it. She is absolutely. I loved Alicia Vikander's work in here. She was on my long list of supporting actress performances. 15 performances. And yeah, I know it didn't resonate with everybody, but it resonated with me, so I'm putting The Assessment on the list. Next up, Nuremberg. I enjoyed this movie as well. Not Rami Malek so much, but Russell Crowe definitely, and also Michael Shannon. Like those two performances out of the park. This is the best work Russell Crowe has done in at least a decade. I can't actually remember the last Russell Crowe performance that was this good. And he's not going to get nominated for it, but it's an exceptional performance from him. He like Liam Neeson just cannot read a script anymore to save his life. But I'm glad somebody put him in this. I mean, like compared to what Craven the Hunter, like yes, this is like way better. So it has audio description once and moving up the list. Jake Kelly, I've seen this twice. I love it. It has audio description. It's just a light watch to me. I don't need it to be a Best Picture contender. I don't even need to get Oscar nominations. Noah Baumbach just made a really interesting, reflective film of what it means to work your whole life and realize and believe that you're doing it for your family, but then realize at the end of it that you have nothing to really show for it in terms of that for your family thing, that your family would have actually been better off had you been around more. So, and then when you put that into the acting world, I think it reflects on a lot of why we see problems in and around families in terms of marriages that don't work out or kids that end up getting into trouble, whatever it is. You know, it's the balance is not there. It's hard when dad has to go off for months at a time to go shoot a film. So, and you just get these little like blips of time. Clooney is expertly cast here. It's a wonderful, perfect casting experience for him. Sandler's great. Billy Crudup is everything that people have said he is, but he's only in it for like 5 minutes. But yeah, it has a lovely score too, and great audio description. I should say that on a couple of films too. Come See Me in the Good Light. This movie has not left my heart and my soul, and I love it. It's on Apple. You should check it out with audio description. It is heartbreaking, but also somehow life affirming, both. And I don't understand that mix. And I adore this movie. Don't look up how it ends, because the film has a different ending when it was shot than how it has transpired since. So that's all I can really say about that. But lovely film, and I hope the Oscars recognize it. I know we have a lot of World on Fire documentaries, and this feels very simple, but it's an excellent documentary. Next up, Dust Bunny, one of the bright spots that I didn't even know this one existed. I was in my, like, a critics chat, and somebody was like, oh, Dust Bunny's putting series on. I was like, what is Dust Bunny? I didn't know this movie was. Mads Mikkelsen is in this with Sigourney Weaver and a lovely new actress, Sophie. Again, I forget her name. Moving on. It does have audio description. It just dropped on PVOD, so you can watch it at home. And it's a very weird movie. The premise is basically a little girl who tries to get her hitman neighbor to kill the monster under her bed. And it is rated R and great. We want original films. This is that original film you've been looking for.
Cap page 28. Cap Zootopia 2.
Zootopia 2 is next on my list. I actually like 2 better than 1, so yes, it's making my list, and this is my favorite animated feature of the year. There are no more animated features above this. This is the highest ranked animated feature on my list. I thought Zootopia 2 was fun. It capitalized on the energy that was built by the first one and actually did something with it and moved the plot forward, moved the partnership forward. I liked it a lot. I understand why it's doing big business. I kind of went into Zootopia 2 going like, I liked the first one. I love the first one. I don't feel like I need to rewatch it all the time. Do I need Zootopia 2? And I was like, oh yeah, Zootopia 2 is one of those sequels where they actually kind of like make it a little bit better. Okay, I got it. Next up. Marty Supreme. I've been all over with this film because I acknowledge it has some problems, but it also has some things that it does really perfectly, like the pacing. I love the freneticness of it, the energy that Josh Safdie brings to it. He fully supports Timothée Chalamet's just desperately manic performance. It's a great just a great tour de force performance from Chalamet. It's the kind of film that it's like, yeah, if he does win, I get it. So I'm not mad at it. I wish we had done a little bit more for Gwyneth Paltrow, because I think she is like a scene short of an Oscar nomination. But otherwise, yeah, I do like this. This has excellent audio description as well. And because of the pacing, it's impossible to feel the runtime. It's like 240 or something like that. But it feels like it never stops. Like I think I recommended, it's very odd, but I was like, if you need a bathroom break, when they're playing ping pong, I think is the longest time during a ping pong match where Josh Safdie ever just sits in a moment. Otherwise, you're going to miss something because this movie feels like it's sprinting the whole time. So it's kind of impressive. This should win Best Editing. This or F1 should win Best Editing. Next up. She Rides Shotgun. I've seen this twice. This is a surprise. I'll fight for this movie. I liked it. I thought Taron Egerton was great in it, but I also really loved the young supporting actress that we found and put in here. Hager. Yes. I'm moving through these pretty quickly. So Anna Sophia Hager. Uh, yes, lovely performance from her as well. Odessa Zion's also in this for people who just became a fan of her through Marty Supreme. If you haven't seen She Rides Shotgun, I definitely recommend it. Sadly, it's on Stars where it doesn't have audio description right now, but it does have existing audio description. You just have to find it on a VOD platform or wait for it years down the line, whenever you get to see it. I recommend this. It starts off in a way where I kind of don't even want to tell you because it's kind of a weird and uncomfortable beginning. And that's kind of one of the things I liked about it was its charm, like right from the beginning, where you're like, "Oh no, this is not good. What are you doing? Don't do that." So, yeah. Next up,
Misspelled Cap Roofman.
Roofman. Yeah, I adore this movie. I've seen it twice. Channing Tatum's so good here. This is one of those films too, like Brendan Fraser doing the most Brendan. This is Channing Tatum doing the most Channing Tatum thing we be into doing. Yeah, whatever that was. Uh, that's audio description. Check it out. It's true story. It's Derek Cianfrance, the guy who depressed us all with Blue Valentine, made sort of like a somewhat uplifting Christmas movie. It does take place at Christmas time. So, yeah, guy breaks into McDonald's and steals, and then he ends up sleeping in a Toys R Us for months on end. Yeah, it's a feel good movie of the year, believe it or not, and very of the time for people who can't buy things and spend things and have no money. It feels very 2025 in that regard. So next up,
Cap Die Cap My Cap
Die My
Love.
Love. Yeah, I mean, Lynn Ramsey makes great movies. I don't know what to tell you. She makes difficult movies that are hard to watch, and I usually don't ever want to see them again. I did see Die My Love twice though. Once because it wasn't with audio description, and then movie came through for with the audio description. So Jennifer Lawrence is excellent here. The whole cast is, but Jennifer Lawrence is just willing to just go to such weird places. She's naked for like half the film. Um, so props. And I want to see more from Lynn Ramsey. So next up,
Cap Tornado.
Tornado. This was actually higher on my list, and I dropped it. So I tried to measure about where I felt. I saw this the second time and I didn't love it quite as much, but I loved the uniqueness of it the first time that I saw it. But the second time through, I started seeing some of the problems with it. It was very unique and creative and it felt different. But then I started having issues with the pacing the second time through, so I didn't love it quite as much. But I still want to put it on my list because that first time through was good, was excellent. Like, and if you only watch movies once, then you wouldn't notice the problems on the second viewing. So it's a little bit lower, but yeah, I'll still vote for Tornado. Tim Roth is in this. He's fun. So next up,
Cap My Cap Dead Cap Friend
My
Cap
Dead
Zoe.
Friend Zoe, a film that the people who've seen it would understand why this is on the list because it's a lovely film. It's very good. Sonequa Martin Green is exceptional in this. Ed Harris is great as well. It's a film about exploring PTSD and being war veterans, and Ed Harris is a Vietnam War vet that had to internalize all of his stuff, and that has made him a extremely curmudgeonly of person. And meanwhile, Sonequa Martin Green is more of a recent war veteran, and her way of dealing with things is the fact that she can still see her dead friend Zoe, played by Natalie Morales, the whole film. It has audio description. I think you should definitely see it. Next up,
Cap A Cap Little Cap Prayer.
A Little Prayer. No audio description, sadly, but David Strathairn is excellent in this film. He has so many great beats. It has a wonderful supporting cast to it. Um, Celia Weston. There's even a scene with Dasha Polanco that I think is really underrated because not a lot of people have mentioned that she's in this. And I thought that scene was exceptional. And David Strathairn is excellent in this. It made some stir at the 2023 Sundance Film Festival, then just came out this year. So I forgive you if you forgot this movie existed. That's fine. I liked this. So next up,
Cap the Cap Perfect Cap Neighbor.
The Perfect Neighbor. This will stick with me for a while. It's on Netflix. It has audio description. One of the few documentaries I put on this list. One of the best documentaries of the year. I don't usually rewatch documentaries. I haven't rewatched this film. I don't think that I ever need to. It's a hard watch. It's a brilliant concept put together of body cam footage so that way nobody's guiding you through the story. It's not a whole bunch of talking heads analyzing the situation and telling you what to feel. It's not interviews after the fact. You know, it's none of that. It's just all raw footage from the moment put together about a series of events that went horribly awry. Real story. Check it out. I think it's gonna. I think it's definitely getting a documentary feature nomination. It could win.
Cat Hamnet.
Hamnet. Yes. Extremely effective storyline with a guttural performance from Jesse Buckley that is one of the best of the year. I like this more than Nomadland. I think Chloe Zhao made a better film here. Yes, it's depressing as absolute ever loving shit, but so what? Next up, it has audio description.
Cat Sinners.
Sinners. Yeah, it's not higher on my list. I've seen this twice, and the weird thing is, um, there's a truth about Sinners that lives with me, and it's the fact that I know it has great music, but I can't ever remember any of it. Like within like a day, I've seen this movie now 3 times, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember the music. Like people are like, I lie to you. I'm like, what song is that? Where? From what? I don't know why my mind has a mental block because there's so many different styles in the film, and it's like I feel like it's such a hodgepodge of all these, which is why Sinners is great. But I also can't remember any of the movie. But like as a collective unit, yeah, Sinners has great music. Like the whole time you're watching it, there's like no, there's somebody asked me to remember a song from Sinners, and I'm like, oh god, oh man. And I think it's because of like the way that the film is just structured. I don't know. I feel like I absorbed it all, and it's yeah. Michael B. Jordan is excellent. Delroy Lindo, I would love for him to get an Oscar nomination just because he's owed one. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Ryan Coogler, director of the year. This is it. This is it. The direction of the year. Um, what an extraordinary work of art. Next up on the list.
Cat Preparation. Cat
Preparation for the
Preparation.
Next Life. What a 2025 movie we have about a woman fighting to stay in this country against immigration. It definitely, obviously, the way that we make films, this was always going to happen. But so it is not a reaction to 2025. It is just, but I don't know why more people aren't talking about this
Cat
movie.
Sinners.
They should be. We should be talking more about Preparation for the Next Life. I thought it was a lovely film. Um, I'm not familiar with the actress. The actor has been in a couple things. He's a little bit of a rising star, and I cannot remember his name. He was in Gladiator 2,
Cat Preparation. Cat
and he's been in some other
Preparation.
things.
Cat the Cat Life.
Anyway,
Cat Life.
yeah, flew completely under the radar for many people. It has audio description currently on Amazon. Next up,
Cat Blue. Cat Moon.
Blue Moon. Love this film. It's my favorite Linklater film of the year. Ethan Hawke is my favorite actor of the year. I adored this. I'm a music theater nerd. This movie was right up my alley. This movie was like I mean, like if they needed target demographic, I should have been a targeted demo for this movie because I was going to be like, yeah, Blue Moon, Blue Moon. I find it hard to embrace the other performances in the film. That would be the only thing I would say because Ethan Hawke is so extraordinary. The film is so shaped, much like Marty Supreme is towards Chalamet. That I don't quite get this stuff when people are like, "Oh, Andrew Scott's really good." I'm like, he's fine, but I kind of would rather he get recognition for like All of Us Strangers. Um, anyway, next up,
Cat Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Guillermo del Toro, my man, my homeboy. I can't remember if I've ever disliked a Guillermo del Toro movie. Like just straight up disliked it. Like just been like, oh, this film is terrible. Del Toro. I don't think it's actually happened. And I've seen all of his works. I've seen his earlier Spanish films back when I could see like the films that sort of made his career, Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth, all those stuff. And I don't know that he's done something where I've ever been like, no, no, Del Toro. I mean, there's some films that I like less than others, like Nightmare Alley, but yeah, Frankenstein worked for me. It's if you like Del Toro, he just gives you Del Toro. So excellent performance from Jacob Elordi and the rest of the cast. So I've seen this once. Has lovely audio description. Check it out. Next up,
Cat
Lavender Man. Nobody knows what this is. Has no audio description. I think this might be the highest. No, it's not the highest. Never mind. I know what the highest is. It's the second highest rated. This was just one of those random, like, they send out screeners to critics and they're like, "Can you watch this?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever." It's an LGBTQ title that is a non-binary, genderqueer theater employee, like live theater, who sort of traverses through a experience of going through Lincoln and whether or not this presumed rumored about gay relationship that he may or may not have had and what that would look like, and being able to reflect on that in a current sense and past. And it's very quirky, it's unique, it's individual, it feels like a singular idea. And again, we want original films. This is one of them. This is a film that feels like there's nothing else really like it out there in the world. So that's what I love about it. Roger Q. Mason was excellent in this. Next up,
Cap 1 Cap Battle Cap
One
After
Battle
Cap.
After Another. Yes, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie is on my list in case you were wondering and thinking I was going to shortchange it. I did shortchange all of the Neon movies because none of them have audio description, the 5 international features. But no, One Battle is on my list. It's just not my number one. This is not number one. It's not the number one film. I don't think it's the best Paul Thomas Anderson film. I do think it is a great film, and I've seen it twice. It has is full of great performances, but it is not my number one. But yeah, it's still a great film. I mean, I can say it's a great film, and I shouldn't be like attacked because I'm like, well, it's not my number one, but yes, it is great. So I agree. I concur. Next up, now people are gonna be like, okay, bitch, what did you put above it? I gotta really fight. So,
Cap Train Cap
Train
Dreams.
Dreams. I don't know. I just was really moved by this. Clint Bentley's film with Joel Edgerton. It's a lovely film, just about like being human. Like, just I think that quite sums it up. Like the human experience, is just like where you are. And Edgerton is excellent and lovely score. William H. Macy gave a memorable performance. I want to see Train Dreams again. I've only seen it once, but I definitely want to see it again. So, audio description was excellent. I'm all about this film. Train Dreams. Give it a looks.
Cap the Cap History Grammatical Error Cap of Cap
The
Sound.
History of Sound is my number one non-audio described title this year, with no audio description that exists. Not just that I haven't heard it; it's just there is no existing audio description for this movie. Paul Mescal gives a breathtaking performance here. Josh O'Connor is excellent as well. He was excellent in a lot of things this year. But this is my Brokeback. Like when I reviewed this film, I was like, I didn't get Brokeback Mountain because I'm not really like a rancher cowboy type. Like those films just don't work on me. So I felt like a bad gay in 2005 when Brokeback came out, and I was like, I don't get it. Am I? I mean, like performance wise, but like people watched that film and were like changed, like forever, and it didn't do that for me, and I felt like something was missing. And then History of Sound came along. I was like, oh, I get it. So you just have to do like the same story ish thing, but like with something that I actually care about, which would be music. So I, I actually, it's kind of like the same thing. I think that's why some people haven't responded as well to History of Sound. But yeah, it's been 20 years. We can have a very similar story. It doesn't have to be. It has kind of a, yeah, it's, and Paul Mescal is fantastic in this. I liked him more in this than I did in Hamnet. So, next up,
Cap F1.
F1. This was a blast. I've seen this twice. I love the shit out of this movie. It's a great movie. This is just like the big summer blockbuster thing that was just like, oh my God. I did not think this was going to work because I think Joseph Kosinski was just going to fade away. Like he was just going to be a Top Gun Maverick thing. And then, because if you've seen Spiderhead, you know what I'm talking about. You know, he's not a consistent director. But if he keeps doing this, he'll be like the next whatever, He has very much found a niche, and it's working for him because Top Gun Maverick was exceptional. F1 is exceptional. Brad Pitt was great in this movie. Um, so I loved F1. It has excellent audio description, a lovely score from Hans Zimmer, and it was just a lot of fun and one of my favorite things I saw this year. So
Cap the Cap Parenting.
The Parenting. This is a personal favorite of mine for reasons that I cannot put in this review and I couldn't put in my original review. The Parenting makes the list. I can't go into it. I'm just going to say The Parenting. I refuse. I refuse to know why I liked Parenting so much. Um, has audio description. It's on HBO Max. And we're moving on.
Cat the misspelled cat
The
Baltimoreans.
Baltimoreans is my number five. Yeah, this was lovely. It's a Christmas movie that opened in September because IFC hates it. Um, Liz Larson is just a wonderful new find. I hope she gets more work. A wonderful, just like walking through the city on Christmas Eve, two people connecting for the first time. Very underrated film. I'll remember it, and I loved it, and it has audio description, and I'll watch it again maybe next Christmas. Actually, at Christmas time instead of in September. Next up,
Cat deaf cat president cat now.
Deaf President Now. Oh, actually, that meant Baltimoreans became six. This is number five. That's right, because I went back through and put in documentaries. I actually gave this a perfect score, so this really should be like number one because this is a 10 out of 10 for me. Yes, I also acknowledge I'm a disabled film critic. This is disability representation all day, every day. Interestingly, this film's at Sundance without audio description, which is so weird. But luckily, Apple picked it up and put audio description on it. It did Oscar qualify. It's not just an Emmy play, and so yeah. If you haven't seen this, I've actually seen this twice. I put four documentaries on this list. This is the only one I've seen twice. Huh, look at that. So yeah, that's how I know. That was my that factored in a lot into should I put documentary? Should I only put Deaf President Now? No, I'll put a few others. But the fact that I actually motivationally saw Deaf President Now a second time and I didn't have to, it wasn't for anything. Like there was no reason for me to do it. I just wanted to see it in my sort of year-end consideration of going back around to films. I included a documentary. I don't normally do that. So yeah, it was worth mentioning and putting up here.
Cat begonia.
My number four is Begonia. Uh, God, I think this is my favorite Yorgos movie. I didn't think it was going to be. Feel like I spent the whole time being gaslit into it's too weird, from the people who saw it in the festivals. It's not Oscar worthy. It's not gonna. And like, I like the film more than now. Granted, Emma Stone's performance in Poor Things is more dynamic and better. Like that's an exceptional. But as far as like a Yorgos Lanthimos film that I want to watch again and again, Begonia is the best thing Jesse Plemons has ever done. Certainly, I love the score. It's like my favorite score of the year. So I'm a big fan of Begonia, and it just didn't make my number one. That means I have three films above this. What are the three films above Begonia? I've already put one Battle, Sinners. What could possibly? Yeah, I'm very much my own mind, and these three films are not going to be nominated for Best Picture. But fuck you, fuck it, fuck everything. These are mine. Number three.
Cat cat
If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Rose
rising
Byrne's
authority. Cat
film
like cat.
directed. It's a directorial debut, which interestingly is not the highest ranked directorial debut on my list. Mary Bronstein, what a brilliant, give her films. A bold, original, fresh take. Rose Byrne has never been better. And casting choices like Conan O'Brien, inspired, you know? I love this film. This has audio description. Thank you, A24, for putting this out. This I think about this film a lot. So next up on my list, my runner-up of the year for Best Picture is
Misspelled cat twinless.
Twinless. Yes, I adore this film. Dylan O'Brien's career best performance. James Sweeney is excellent in this as well. He wrote, directed, and stars in it. And the fact that he's not getting enough praise for that is kind of gross. Twinless is fantastic. It's floated just outside of awards consideration. It keeps getting like little mentions here and there. So like everybody's like, yeah, it's a good movie. I don't know what we do with it. You nominate it. Like I would love to see Twinless be a surprise like original screenplay nomination because essentially it is one of the most original concepts of the year. It's two people who meet at a support group for twins who have lost their twin. Like their twin died. They're like, and what do they do? How do they move forward? And where James Sweeney takes this film is spoilery, and I'm not going to tell you, but it has audio description. It just dropped on Hulu. I hope Hulu took the audio description. They don't usually. They're kind of slow on the uptake on that, but this is my runner-up for film of the year. So my best picture of 2025 for the second year in a row comes from IFC Entertainment, who cannot be bothered for their life to give me a accessible screener, but it is The Plague. Um, my God, this film. I definitely was talking to somebody about The Plague, and they were like, "Oh, I love the movie, but I couldn't put it in my top 10 because it hit too close to home." And I was like, "That's the point. That is the point of the film. Is to hit too close to home. You hit the nail on the head right there. That's the whole the plague of it all. Is you're supposed to relate to it. You're supposed to see it. It's supposed to give you that uncomfortable feeling of the memory of childhood. There's a reason why he set this in the time period that he did before kids were able to bully each other on social media, because it's supposed to work for all the people who are of a certain age who would watch The Plague and who remember what it was like to actually be bullied, not just online, not just harassed, not, not just texted mean emojis and gifs, and now they have to worry about everything from that to, like, deep fakes. But yeah, this is a very different kind of bullying, and it's haunting, and the kids here are exceptional. Everett Blunk is a great breakthrough performer of the year. um, the whole cast deserves praise. This should be in the casting race. I don't know. The Plague, the fact that Oscars is just not going to nominate The Plague anywhere is a great shame. But they did the same thing last year with Ghostlight, which was my favorite film of the year. So I'm not really that surprised. Yeah, if you want to subscribe to somebody who's just not going to give you like an echo chamber of what other critics are doing, last year was Ghostlight. This year's The Plague. All Quiet on the Western Front was the top for me one year. In between, I think I tied Holdovers and American Fiction for number one. Mainly because I just seen American Fiction, I didn't know what to do with it. If I had to redo that list in the long term, I think I would slide American Fiction to number two, because I think I love Holdovers number one. But it was too tough to try to decide at the time because of the freshness of having seen American Fiction right before I made that list. So yeah, those are my tops of the year, and they're not all like the same, right? Like The Plague, Ghostlight, Holdovers, All Quiet. They're all kind of different films, but one thing they have in common is they weren't everybody's number one film. So yeah, I don't just feel the need to parrot what other people say. Anyway, that's it. Check out The Plague, best film of 2025. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.